Welcome to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, the big, butch, manly pop culture podcast that wishes it were a pair of dungarees so that Rob could wear us out.
Aye, aye.
I'm Andrew Wheeler.
And I'm Shane Hollon.
We're talking about the US Traitors Season 4, Episode 7, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know where we are. The Black Banquet is what we're talking about today. We're talking about the Lukes and we're talking about the intrigue, a little bit of both. It was quite the episode. The Black Banquet was maybe less of it than I thought it would be, but did provide some spectacular outfits and a spectacular downfall. So we will be talking spoilers and all that for this week's episode of Traitors US. So come back when you've seen the episode if you haven't already. Shane, let me get your first thoughts.
I thought it was a fantastic episode. It was all over the place. People who I've been wanting to see a lot more of were finally featured, mainly Natalie.
Yep.
Glad that she got her spotlight in that episode, although that might be the last time she gets a spotlight because, boy, did she implode her game.
Yeah. She's better at game playing than this.
Yeah.
A little shocking.
It is a little shocking. I loved the death in the banquet. I thought that was really well done. Bravo to Jam Jam for going out in the most incredible way.
Have we ever seen that before? I don't think we have, where someone has been killed in front of everyone in a way that allows them to say, I think this person did it. Like that changes the game.
That does. And that's actually, I don't know if I like that. I mean, to get right into it, to throw someone under the bus, whether you believe it's true or not, feels like a dangerous way to play the game, where that person is going to fall under so much scrutiny that they have to be banished no matter what. But was it incredibly entertaining? Yes, I was laughing. I was screaming at the TV when it happened.
There was every chance Lisa wasn't going to go this episode. Like, it seemed like she should, but there was a real body of deliberation against Natalie in this episode. She could easily have been the target, and thank God the roundtable, I think, actually persuaded people, actually made the difference there. But yeah, I think Lisa, the funniest thing to me about it is that Lisa is like, I didn't kiss him, and we know that that's not what she did to kill him. So she's protesting her innocence. And she is innocent of the thing she's directly accused of, but she still killed him.
Yeah,
you did it, Lisa.
I didn't kill him that way, you all.
No, it was the brooch. It was the brooch. The brooch that does not go with my outfit, and maybe that's a segue.
Oh my God. The outfit was, so...
We have to toot and boot these Shane. We have to go through every single one of them and say what we thought.
Okay.
Because, oh boy.
So we're going to start at the top of this list that I have in front of me. And
I think it's alphabetical, but who knows?
Don't know many of their names.
Mark Ballas is the first person on this list.
I expected more from him, given how queer and flowy his outfits have been. This is really understated.
It's very Japanese schoolgirl.
Yes.
But not as stylish as a Japanese schoolgirl.
No.
Given when at the Fyrish monument, when his name was called and he was like voguing, like, come on, man, you can do better than this. This is lazy.
Agreed.
It's a boot from me.
It's a boot from me as well.
And speaking of which, Stephen Coletti of One Tree Hill, not the guy you're thinking of, went for the laziest possible thing, just a suit with embroidered sleeves and a matching shirt.
I didn't even notice him at the dinner, much in the way I'm not noticing him in the game.
Yet he was literally one of the suspects at the dinner.
He was?
Everyone was like, he served me meat. Right. It was Stephen. That's who Natalie was blaming, and still he doesn't register in your...
What can I say? Like, when everyone is screaming and you're not, I start screaming, pal. You gotta get a voice. I heard someone say, like, Steven is the person I trust the most in this game. And I was like, who is Steven?
Wow. Let's move on to Johnny Weir, who needs less introduction. A sort of white silk suit, I guess, with like a brocaded bolero style embroidery on the top of the suit. Looks like he's been like dipped in crunched up biscuit, just
Yes.
turned upside down, dumped in biscuit, and presented.
It very much has like a shield-like quality, the brocade piece. I don't know if I like it, but I want to give it points for being like, you know, really out there and interesting to look at.
I think we forgot to say if we tooted or booted Stephen, so I'll just
Oh,
say boot
boot.
for Stephen.
Yeah.
But also, I'm going to boot Johnny as well. I think for people who don't know, toot and boot, it's a drag race thing. Toot means you like the outfit. And if you really love it, it gets a shoot, photo shoot. Boot means you hate it. Very simple, but it occurs to me some people may not know. And yeah, Johnny Weir, this is less than I expected, so it gets a boot.
I'll boot it as well. It's weird looking.
Yeah, it just didn't land for me.
Like he's a figure skater. He has
Yeah,
so many bejeweled outfits.
this
Why
might be the
go
most
with such
conservative thing I've ever seen him in.
Yes, exactly. Just solid colors? No, Johnny. We expected more.
Speaking of more, Candice in a black thigh slit dress with tassels, long gloves, what do you call opera gloves,
Opera
and a
gloves.
Medusa headdress with a weave, like a golden weave sewn
Mhm.
into her, either into her wig or her headdress.
It all screams
Extraordinary look.
traitor. It is such like,
Yes.
I'm the one. Come look for me. I love this look. It is a shoot for me. This was incredible to see on the screen, least of all because of her presence. I find her so watchable, Candace. She may be evil and bad at this game, but this speaks to everything about her.
Yeah, it's great. I would at least give it a toot. I think she looks amazing. And some people can carry off a headdress, some people cannot.
Oh boy, we'll get there. Next up, we have our man, Rob Roush, wearing I mean, I need to zoom in because I didn't get enough detail when I was looking at it. Okay,
You
it's kind of
detracted a
like
bit.
a what do you call a dicky, but it goes all the way down and it has
Huh.
cutouts and it's held up by a red leather belt, which I mean, come on, stop gay baiting us, Rob. And then it's got very biblical imagery printed all over it. I think, and I know I'm so biased towards him, but I think this is a toot.
I agree with you, actually. Like, it really suits his brand and his style. It means it's dungarees coded. We know he loves his
Mhm.
dungarees, and it's styled as if he's wearing dungarees to a high fashion party. It suits his look and his vibe very well. It gets to show off his arms. The tattoos even line up with the embroidered the figures on
My God, I
the
didn't
top,
notice that. That's incredible detail.
which like is that bespoke then? It
It must
looks
be. It must
Gaultier,
be.
it looks Versace, it looks Sailor Jerry. It's like it's a very like masculine sense of whimsy,
But
which is
with those,
Rob. Like
but
he's
that
the
peekaboo,
straight man.
I mean, I can't get
Yes.
over that. That is like the highlight, is that it is very masculine and straight until you get to the lower half where it comes into a V shape and you can see his gutters. Like that is
Yeah.
daring. I love it.
Boy, the gutters. Yeah, it's a toot from me. And then the costume you are wearing a tribute to today.
I sent you
Lisa
a
Rinna.
picture while I was watching this episode last night, and I demand that you put it on the screen now. But the
Yeah, this
difference,
is
particularly in this area,
it's not a flattering comparison. Poor Donald Duck. He deserves so much better. She looks astonishing, but does
yes,
she look good? No. She looks
no,
like a Victorian child. She looks like a sailor. I mean, Victorian children dressed as sailors, so it all converges. And then she has the murder brooch, which does not go with the outfit,
no.
but also, least of all, goes the way she wore it. Like if she had worn it here at the clavicle, it
Class.
would have
Oh my
worked.
God,
If she'd
yes.
worn it on the hat, I
My
think it could have
God.
worked. but to wear it slightly off, like it's not even well centered on one side of one of your lapels. I think you could even have worn it like at the top of the skirt where it bunches, where it meets the corset.
Like
Like there are
snap, yeah.
yeah, I just named 3 places where it could have maybe worked on this outfit, and I'm a person wearing a Grateful Dead t-shirt, so come on, Lisa Rinna, you're a housewife.
This is such a strange look. It swallows her up. But God, is it interesting? Like, what a
Hmm.
choice. It's like the cuffs, the sleeves that pop out of the cuff that is like mind-boggling to me, and the lace underneath the ruffled skirt that peeks out. Like it's so trad wife coded, and yet it's very
Yeah,
high fashion. And it's also a little kinky, but I don't like it.
I love the boots. I will give you that. The boots are
The
gorgeous.
boots are great.
But I think even if just for the brooch placement, it's a boot from me. But the boots are a toot.
Now that we've seen all 3 of the traitors, the brooch should have gone on Rob. It would work
Yeah,
perfectly with his outfit. Like
you're right.
a drop of blood bejeweled, like next to one of those angels, no one would question that. And I mean, no
Yeah,
one questioned this, which is surprising.
true. But yeah, why not? Why did no one say that's suspicious when everyone's wandering around being like, "Oh, who's giving
Was it
me
the
meat? Who's
turkey?
kissing me?
Was it the
I don't want to
turkey?
touch a wine glass or a tarot card." Even Candice's outfit, I think you could make the jewel work better. I mean, it doesn't help that that is the cheapest paste brooch that you've ever
Oh my
seen. Like,
God, yes.
I could find you 20 of those at a Value Village in a bag for $1.
And you
Like,
will.
they could, and I will, and I'll give you several.
Thank you.
No, I think like, why can't traitors get a better piece of costume jewelry than that? It's ridiculous that it looked so cheap compared to all the other costume jewelry that everyone else was already wearing.
It's like the gold being gold painted rocks at the Fyrish monument. It's like, okay, I
Yeah,
get that it's supposed to be a challenge, but we couldn't find heavy objects that looked like gold.
yeah. Or put a second coat of paint on those rocks, maybe. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. It's, I mean, God, this show is so fabulous, but sometimes it's a little cheap, and when it's cheap, it shows.
it so shows. I don't want to use this as a segue from cheap into Tara Lipinski's outfit. It seems like a cruel jibe, but actually, this is a toot from me. She looks like she's tricking on the 405, wearing this black fox fur, maybe, and
Yep.
a strumpet short skirt, like barbed wire sort of look with her hair up in a sort of New Jersey. I don't even know what you would call that, a New Jersey. It's
Yeah,
so
the
trashy,
old New
and I
Jersey
love it.
Turnpike. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is trashy. This is very clue coded to me.
Hmm.
I love the stole, the fur. It's really a beautiful piece. And yeah, I just love how like if we're talking if we go back to Mark where I said that it feels really understated, that felt
Yeah.
understated in a bad way. This feels understated in a very deliberate way.
She came as the dead man's mistress to the funeral, and I love that.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Also, love so hard. Mora.
This was the look of the night, and I'm sad that we didn't spend more time of the episode watching people go, "Oh my God, Laura." Whole design. She's got this disc-shaped headpiece slash hat. She has a gold metal bust, like corset that is over top this black satin long skirt with a train. And of course, she is one of the most gorgeous people on this planet. So she
Mhm.
just, all of this fits her incredibly. She's got gold accented jewelry, bracelets on her arm, and wearing rings. It's just a beautiful piece. She looks like she should take that hat off and use it as a weapon. Like this is an anime character right here, straight off of like Paris Fashion Week.
Imagine if she had like decapitated everyone around the table in just one swift movement. It would have been gorgeous.
An end to the show that would be.
And like, you know, she's wearing Louboutins because the shoes have to match the hat because the hat has the red under color. I'm not a milliner, but no, this is a shoot. This is a stunning outfit, and the makeup perfectly on point with the look.
Absolutely. God, she's perfect.
Boy, sorry, were you a shoot or a toot or a boot
Oh, that
on
was a shoot.
Mora?
That's a shoot.
Yeah.
And now I want to shoot myself.
Colton. You don't even see in the photo here the worst part of the outfit. Well, no, you see the worst part. It's the headdress, the very Scarlet Witch coded headdress. But the fact that under his double-breasted jacket he's wearing nothing but pearls, which could be hot. Like, we know he's got the body for it, but with this outfit, no, it's just, this is so awful.
We've all seen the meme. This is what happens when you come out later in life. It's just, it's like he's going balls to the walls, but he doesn't know who he is yet. And this blocky, shapeless suit that he's wearing over top of what could be a fabulous piece just ruins the image. And then, of course, the picture is him doing the most bro thing he could.
It's so bad. Yeah, I mean, he didn't actually come out that late in life. He was like late 20s.
For TV, that's late.
But yeah, no, he doesn't have clearly any gay friends still that could have told him that this is a bad outfit. And if he has got a phenomenal body, so drape him in pearls, then you've got something. But who said he could wear that tiara? And it ruined his hair anyway, so he looked terrible without it. Just awful. It just makes his little box of a head even more boxy. I do not understand how this happened, and there must be a full inquiry.
This boy is so misguided in everything he does, and I hope he goes to therapy every day.
God, yes, everything he does except taking down Lisa Rinna. You know, credit where that's due.
Okay, fair.
Thank God she was not the murder victim at the table. Kristen in red, like a red lace top, sheer trousers, sheer flares, and matching shoes or boots, and some sort of flowy cape coming off the side of it. All of it in the same shade of red. Stunning. I mean, this is a beautiful piece.
I mean, the 70s are back, baby, especially on the Traitors, and this proves it. This is such a phenomenal piece. The way that the lace has texture and depth and adds shape to her, and she already has this amazing figure. And then the pants are so long. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is a Sailor Moon Sailor Scout right in front of our very eyes. And we are so blessed to have her on this season, showing us that she is not just an incredible chef, but a style icon.
Gorgeous. It's a toot, maybe a shoot.
I God, I mean, this is going to be my third shoot, and it's going to be my last.
So confident. Eric Nam is wearing powder blue, maybe? It's so hard to tell. It's
a
so
very
washed out.
Pale green, I thought.
Is it green?
But
okay. And he's wearing, I guess the antidote brooch is on his lapel. It looks like to me.
Oh my God.
Like he is wearing the brooch.
He's wearing I mean, my God. Eric
Who wore it
could have
better?
been the traitor. Do you think that they cut this whole thing where one of the faithful was given a side mission? No, absolutely not.
This is a perfectly nice suit that looks great on him because he looks great. He's so elfin and Peter Pan-like.
Yeah.
Like, it's a toot, but it's a very soft toot. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't make an impact.
Yeah, there's nothing earth-shattering. I mean, like, look, am I honoring Lisa Rinna? Yes. Am I also honoring Eric? Accidentally. I would love to own this suit. And God,
Yes.
we need to start a Patreon so that maybe one day that could become a possibility, but I think it's a beautiful, beautiful garment. It is a soft toot. It is not breaking ground on anything we haven't seen on this show already.
I would like to raise the money to buy Dorinda's outfit so I can burn it on live television. Dorinda
What is
wearing
happening?
a purple pleather suit with a golden cape slash cloak slash something and a giant red matching pleather rose, I guess. And is it a crown? I don't know what this is. She does look like the latest Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. Like, what is happening?
I mean, the way that this destroys the shape of her body is
Mm,
really fascinating. Like it really breaks down everything that we know about women's figures. Um, I I don't understand what I'm seeing. That is a huge part of the problem. And the
yeah,
gold is so violent compared to the maroon of the suit. And the
yeah.
rose is so big.
It's literally the size of her head.
It's a crazy choice. And she chose this for herself. And someone said, "Yeah, babe, that's the one."
Colton's stylist was like, "Oh, Dorinda's on the other line. Wait a second." She looks like a melted candle. It's very bad. Oh, and so it's a boot for Dorinda,
That's a boot. Yeah.
and I'm afraid it's going to be a boot for Natalie for me. I mean,
Man, this was a wild
this is
choice.
a
Natalie,
on a night of missteps. This was maybe her biggest misstep.
yeah, yeah. I mean, what was she trying to say with this? I don't know, but there's so much happening. This felt like a drag race design challenge gone awry. It may have been safe on Drag Race, but this is a lip sync for your life moment on this show, as it turns out.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like she's going for like Moulin Rouge can dancer, but it comes across more like fetishy French maid and
Yeah,
not in a
yeah.
hot way, unfortunately.
No, Joan of Arc, like just before the fire, sweeping up a scullery maid's closet.
It's so messy. It's so messy. She could have done so much
Yeah.
better. Look at her arms. Look how toned she is. Like, come on.
Honestly, she's such a
Serve some
fit
body.
person, and she wears this steel bodice that, like, just is such a wild shape on her, and I like she has a wonderful chest. I mean that, like, in a really respectful way. It is such an
I,
interesting, like, mask femme chest, and it's like she's hiding it, and I hate that. Like, show us your power, show us your beauty, show us those muscles, but not like this. That's a boot.
it's a boot. Jam Jam, our last of the contestants, wearing a white suit with a white stole over the shoulder, and I guess spats. Are those spats the shoes? I'm,
I think so, which may be one of the only things I like about this out.
it's again, it's quite safe, but at least he didn't go wrong. You know?
I mean, God, if that's the bar,
But when you look at the gays around the table, Johnny Weir, he went wrong. Colton went wrong. I don't know who else here is gay, but most of the
Kristen
men,
is the only out member of this cast who looks incredible.
yeah. So yeah, like of the gays, Jam Jam managed to land the plane. Although he does look a little bit like Knick Knack in Fantasy Island. Now I think about it.
Oh no. Hervé Villachez. Wow.
Yes,
Um, I
who we love.
who we love and we have defended many times and will continue to do so. My issue with this, and I know that like flowing clothing is in, that a larger shape is
Mhm.
in, but this doesn't look like it fits him. It looks like it looks, God, I can't believe I'm turning into this person. It looks off the rack. Like the way that the shoulder, and I don't know if this is to do with the fur being on one side and not on the other, but it looks like it's falling off of his shoulder. The cuff is coming way too far down. Like, sorry, the sleeve is coming way too far down, and there's nothing underneath, so it makes it look even stranger. And this is coming from someone who wears blazers that don't fit him every single day to work. So I get it, but but Jam Jam, you're a millionaire.
Oh, true. That's so true. I'm giving him a little bit of leniency because he is a fuller figured man surrounded by all these beautiful,
Okay,
lithe,
that's fair.
skinny Love Island types and plastic surgery up the wazoo types. So I know that his choices are maybe more limited than some others if he wants to feel confident at that table. So I would give him a softest toot imaginable for pulling it off. And I know that I'm basically throwing out my own rules to give him that soft toot. But I
No,
appreciate
I
that you're
think
probably going the other way.
no, actually, I think that's a really fair and valid point that we don't get to see larger figured men on TV much anymore in flattering ways. And so maybe I'm going a little hard on him. My issue is just with the tailoring. The actual, like, the idea of the suit, I kind of like it, but in a very soft to safe.
Now, we should also talk about Alan Cumming, who came wearing all the pearls that Colton couldn't grab off the Claire's accessories rack because those pearls are not pearls. Just looking like one of the senior vampires in the Twilight movies.
One of the creatures from under the deep in Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's so outre and so Alan. It has to get a toot. Even though I'm not sure I like it, I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that's how I feel. I appreciate this look, and it's terrifying.
And it landed the drama that he wanted to bring into that room. And he should always have these two executioners in the leather masks flanking him. It's
Yeah. This makes me think of the Canadian traders, how like all what are the those masked characters called? I feel like they have a different name in every series,
right.
or no one knows what to call them, but the
Yeah.
helpers.
Helpers. Find the helpers, as Mr. Rogers said.
In the UK, they're always wearing like the maroon hoods. In the US, they've got very like leather outfits. In
yeah,
Canada, they're always wearing like production tees, and it really cheapens the effect.
that's
Wh-
crazy.
I love that for the US, they go all out, and these are characters. I love in the UK that these are characters, and it just makes me think Canada, we need to step up our game just a little bit.
At the very least, in Canada, like put them in suits, like make them like the VIPs in Squid Game or something. You know.
Yeah, yeah, honestly. T-shirts? Really? My God. What is
And
this? Amateur
what that
hour?
means is they are just members of the production crew who are forced to put on a mask for a second, which is maybe what they are in
Literally.
all countries. No,
Yes, absolutely. Could you
give us the
imagine
illusion.
being in the banquet hall and listening as everyone like suddenly shifts in their dinnerware? Like what a cacophony of noise before anyone even opens their mouth.
Just jewels everywhere.
Oh, I dropped a pearl.
So yes, a toot for Alan. And I did include one more bonus look in the document that viewers can now look at on their screens. Rob
Robbie
Roush,
Bobby.
Robbie Barbie in his Wild Desert Cowboy t-shirt, maybe my favorite look of the whole episode.
Same. Same. I mean, God, a simple tea does wonders, and this makes him look so boyish, but also
Yeah.
so very, very masculine.
I immediately looked online for this t-shirt. It's Zara. It's out of stock. I will be keeping my eyes open
Thank you.
for it in the clearance racks. Not that, like, I couldn't wear this t-shirt. I wouldn't look like Rob Roush. I would embarrass myself.
I know, same,
I
same.
need to buy the t-shirt and find the man that fits it, Cinderella style. That's what I need to
I
do.
mean, our friend Jomar would look amazing in this shirt.
He would look amazing. Yeah. God damn you, Joma.
God damn it.
Should we talk a little bit about the episode itself?
Yeah, we got it. So the banquet was wild. We've talked a lot about that. We
Can
get
I
the
just add, though, can't believe they did it in the church. Like, that is the same church set that they use all throughout the Traitors, and they had the banquet there. And of course, the food was cold because there is no kitchen in a church.
and there's no insulation in a church.
No. What I mean, place must have been deconsecrated. If it wasn't before, it has been now. Sorry,
It
carry
is
on.
definitely now. The banquet was incredible. We get the Fyrish Monument challenge in
Yeah,
this episode, which is making me think like, oh, are we going to get new challenges that we haven't seen
maybe.
at the end
Yeah.
of the season? Because we're getting the challenges that we got at the end of last season already, and we're only midway through. So that's kind of exciting. I have a feeling that we're going to have the moment where the traitors are confronted by two faithfuls in the church as well. Looking forward to that.
Mm.
The challenge itself was the twist was that the dagger was a prize that you then had to do another challenge in order to get.
Yeah.
And I liked that. I thought that was fun. Rob was the winner of the main challenge, and he got to Rob was the winner of the main challenge. The other winners were given cards. Four of them had X's, and one of them had the dagger. So Rob has to go around and try to pick which contestant has the dagger on their card, and he gets to ask them questions. He becomes the human lie detector, and he's really good at it. And that was also a turn on.
Though I also called that it was Natalie that had the card.
I mean, that
So
was pretty easy. She was a terrible liar. For someone who has one survivor, terrible liar.
she really fumbled the bag. For a second, I thought it was Stephen, and then Natalie spoke, and I'm like, oh, it's Natalie.
I don't have the dagger.
So yeah, Rob, well deserving of the dagger, and wise not to use it yet when he knew he could sway the vote. And also, the dagger gains power every episode because there are fewer people, so it takes
Yeah,
less votes to sway the vote. So yeah, I think he's a game player. I think he's actually smarter than anyone is letting themselves believe.
1,000%. And God, we just have to hope that he gets to use it because what happens at that round table is a nightmare.
Candice voting for Rob, in the process hurting Lisa and hurting herself, is an insane move. And I'm seeing people online trying to justify it, and I don't think it lands. I don't think it's strategy. I think it was vengeance, and I think it incriminates her and incriminates Rob. And we're going to get an ugly traitor versus traitor feud, which I am here for because after UK and the loveliest traitors of all time, it's like, no, let's go back and have some real spit and venom. But Candice does not know how to play this game, and she is going to jeopardize both of them in just
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
pettiness.
And you know what? Part of me thinks good for her. Like, I mean, God, if you're gonna go out in a blaze of glory. And as much as I love Rob and I love to see him win, should I be rooting for the straight masculine white boy over the black woman? I feel like in this day and age, maybe my priorities are all out of whack. So maybe I
Is
actually
it
just
that?
want the faithful. No, it's because Rob is a sweet, wonderful guy, and Candace is
Yeah.
rotten to the core, and it's documented
Yeah.
in both instances.
Like I think maybe the truest thing to say is that Candice, despite being a strong black woman, is also just awful and
Yeah.
bad at this game, and maybe deserves to go down. Let's have Natalie win the game. Let's have
I mean,
Kristen win
that
the
would
game.
be impossible. Kristen, yes.
But let's let
I
Rob
mean,
get us there.
I don't know where the season is going to go, and that's really exciting. I feel like with the Traders UK, you could see that
Mm.
Rachel and Steven were going to find a way to the end. We didn't know the outcome, but like we had a good feeling that by them working together, they were an insurmountable pair. Here, everyone is at each other's throats, and
Yeah.
that's what this game is.
Another amazing thing about Rachel and Steven is that they never recruited at any point during their season. If the Rob Candice fight goes down next episode, whoever survives is going to have to recruit. If they don't have to recruit before even that, and I don't know how they could recruit before that. Who do you think they would recruit? Like, would Candice recruit Dorinda because she's not a game player at all? She doesn't know what she's doing. She just likes being a housewife.
I think that is exactly what's going to happen. And I mean, Colton would be the best person to recruit because he's
Because there's
terrible at
heat
this
on him.
game and he has the most heat on him.
Yeah.
But Rob is too smart to do that because I think Colton being a faithful and not knowing that Rob is a traitor is great for Rob's game. I'm not sure, but like those, I feel like those are going to be the names that come up in the conversation at the top of the next episode. Who would be the logical choice to bring in to the Traitors?
I think Steven could be good because he's so under the radar. The difficulty with him is that he's so weirdly sorry. Steven? He's so under the radar, but he's so he's such a little bitch to the housewives. Like he's so in their thrall. And okay, if he's recruited by Rob, that means there's only one housewife left. So maybe that's less of a threat. Dorinda, by the way, does nothing in this game. Like she survived past the first night and decided to do what with her time? Nothing.
Yeah.
So who I think maybe Tara would be fun. Maura would be fun. I mean, it's not about fun, is it? It's about being sensible.
I think Maura could be a good choice. Natalie, I mean, look, if
she's going to draw fire,
and Rob come together and decide like we need to bring in someone who already has heat on them, then Natalie is absolutely the one. If they want to pick a smart choice, then I think Maura might be the way to go because she doesn't have heat on her and she has a lot of connections and she could really influence the vote in a way that keeps the heat off of all three of them.
Question is whether she would outlast them. Like whoever they recruit has a shot at being the final traitor there.
Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Oh boy, drama.
I can't wait to see how this turns out. No.
All right, so we will be staying tuned to every episode. We will recap when the big dramas unfurl. You can, of course, check out our coverage of the Traitors UK and our thoughts on how that final played out. Also, we have a video where we rank the hottest boys of the Traitors UK, all 5 seasons so far. So if you're as shallow as we are, that's the place to go. If you disagree with our toots and boots, please let us know in the comments below. Justify some of these outfits if you're a Dorinda stan. Please. Do your best. Oh my goodness.
Honestly, good luck. We're right, unfortunately.
And until next time, kiss, kiss.
Bang, bang.
If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to this channel. You can follow Kiss Kiss Bang Bang on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Letterboxd at KKBBpod, or email us at kisskissbangbangpod@gmail.com.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is recorded in Toronto on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabeg, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples.